Avalanche has an outage. We're going to take a look at what's going on. Should we be concerned? What the hell to expect here? Trump turning a new leaf on his approach to Bitcoin, and Uniswap and the United States government go to the moon. All this and more on today's Blockchain Basement. We are the bread and butter of all the information that's been swimming across the internet for crypto news.
If you're going to screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Over 2 years, he's made like 17K on Roblox. And he's
What?
Like 12.
You never listen to me, and we must be married. Yeah, well, how much are you investing? $100.
400 to 600,000. The generational signals are now. Now.
You're spread so thin, that's how you get in on Snake. Snake's been my biggest winner.
Welcome one, welcome all. We have a special guest, an OG of the Blockchain Basement, joining us. Manawak, excellent to see you, my good man. How are you doing?
I'm good. What's going on, everybody?
Oh, dude, you
Hey,
saw
everybody
us.
out there in the crowd.
You
I
came
told you I
right
was
in.
coming to
We
you
were
live.
eating pizza. You
Pizza
came in. I
party.
was stuffing myself with pizza. Absolutely delicious. Every now and again we have a Friday pizza party, but it's a good day. Hannah, how are you doing? It's Friday. You got some pretty brilliant colors on. What's the plan for the weekend? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. No crazy plans right now.
Yeah.
Might go to Oyster Fest on Saturday. Y'all like oysters or what?
No.
No?
No, definitely not.
Atlanta.
Colorado has Rocky Mountain oysters, which are testicles. So, yeah, testicles. That's Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yep.
Shout out to Bodhisattva. What up, man? Show makes you moist. Okay. Very strong indeed. Been quite a morning. We got Iran here joining us as well. Iran and Taco. We have some pretty interesting airdrop stuff that they're getting involved with, so we will be taking a look at that. Quite a bit to go over today, to be honest with you, even though a bunch of people are asleep and don't know what's going on in crypto yet. Trump coin is going to the moon. This is insane. Trump token MAGA, it hit $4.29 pretty recently here, moving very aggressively. Obviously, you've seen a lot of the market looking pretty hot. I was looking at a Tor. I'm going to come back to a Tor. I'm thinking a Tor is kind of juicy looking right now. Bitcoin, as it stands, 51,000. And I still overall feel that Bitcoin at large is going to hold this level and give us a nice jackknife. I'm feeling 56 is in the cards soon for us on Bitcoin. This is just me looking at the forest to the trees, telling you where I think we're headed. We're going to get into a couple different things right before we went live. It looks like a $1.3 billion Bitcoin purchase went down. So things are heating up out there.
Who do we think bought it?
That's a good question. It just broke. We don't know. I did see that Tether. There was a large Tether print right as about 15 minutes before that as well. So that's
Lines
a big
up.
question. Yeah.
Maybe it was Apple, maybe Zuckerberg.
I know,
maybe it was
dude.
just a random Saudi billionaire.
Yeah. I mean, the billionaire, it only takes a few billionaires to wake up and choose violence on, hammering into Bitcoin to really change the game. For all the charts that we know, there's not much bearish narrative left to go after Bitcoin. We've seen the ESG pain points that the mainstream media was using to go after Bitcoin basically die out by their own counterparts at the World Economic Forum. So they don't really have a leg to stand on when it comes to flooding Bitcoin to the larger masses, especially as it outpaces every single currency that's out there on the planet right now. Something kind of scary happened, though, overnight, or rather this morning, right around 1 a.m., Avalanche C-Chain stopped producing blocks. This was not good news. This has not affected the price horribly bad. I do believe Avalanche is still hanging on to this $36. Yeah, $36.20. Let's go to that's a little bit of slide though. I mean, it's coming back down here. Solana, Solana, it would go down in the price with it recently pumped right after the outage. So within Avalanche and this big debacle we're dealing with right now, something I'm watching to get a good entry point out of this FUD is Beam. Waiting for Beam to shave off a little bit. It did start to move to the downside about an hour ago, maybe a little bit before that, but really hasn't lost much ground yet. What do you got?
This is one project that I've seen probably for the past year, but I have yet to look into it at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's gaming token. It's the thing that I like about this project beyond, I mean, it has a pretty decent market cap already. It's pretty new. It's been on the top movers within coin market cap for quite some time. It seems like it had a lot more velocity coming out of the gates. And then I saw a lot of people that I knew were people and that had found some pretty good projects in the past really excited about this project. But other than that, I've been just staring at the graph here, waiting for a chance to get in. I'm trying to get this previous high that it spiked up to before its next move, right around 2.7 cents. We're at 3.2 cents right now, so a little bit to go on that. I don't want to FOMO into it, but I do feel like it's a project that's growing. The narrative's growing. And I'm hoping that it gets a little bit of a haircut from the situation. I know I'm flooding my own bags, but
it used to be called the Merit Circle token.
The Merit Circle token, really?
So I think
See that little.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, Merit Circle is still a thing. It's like a company, I guess, but they made Beam. I've had Beam since like mid-November.
Have you really?
Yeah. So.
Well, and what's
But
your
it's like
insight
it's
on
gaming infrastructure, so it's just like Immutable X, but smaller market.
Okay.
But they're partnered with Polygon and Immutable X, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, like I've been watching this just from a sentiment standpoint and a graph standpoint. I don't think this thing is done by a long shot in its growth. So yeah, this is one that I'm trying to get a good entry point through all this chaos. And here's BJ's chaos. Trump Pepe on Solana. Not doing too bad. Hanging on, trying to create a little bit of a love there. It's at 208 holders. This is ultimate chaos section of crypto there. But let's check out Avalanche and see if we're minting blocks. Let's see here. We are back.
Hey,
we are back.
we go.
Look
5
at
seconds
that.
ago.
We need the it's back on. Thank God. I did not want to see this thing down for longer than a day. That is, bearish, but it'll probably slough it off. This is a VC Lovebird token as well as Solana. So
Do they know why it stopped producing blocks?
we have not seen any reports on why as of yet. No, we know it was C chain, but
Like Iran said, the devs wanted to follow in like Solana's footsteps. the chain goes offline and the price pumps.
basically,
Maybe they just hit the
oh
off
my
button.
God.
Solana.
Pure chaos. Let's see Solana. I mean, you can just
it's kind of like AT&T. They
Yo.
still don't have an exact reason why it came offline.
Solana as it sits right now. If I'm looking at the year and I want to wait and be patient for a good entry point, I'd be waiting for this dip down to the 85 level. Anything around the 85, I'd feel like getting some. It's already got pretty strong takeoff velocity from where it's at right now, sitting at $100. Hopefully it doesn't pull a quant and become a stable coin at $100. Let's see if quant is still $100. Just for the
Probably
hoodoo.
100.
102. All right. We got a little bit
Like a
of
week or so ago,
joke
it
of
got
a
up to like 115 or
Yeah,
something.
this
correct?
thing is kind of concerning. But it did pump up to
Oh, yeah.
$1.48 really quickly.
I got liquidated trading
Did you
Solana
really?
this week, or what did this dump?
Sorry about
That's
you.
why I don't leverage trade anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the only thing I leverage is Bitcoin because it moves less than all the rest of these,
Mm.
and my leverage is between 5 to 7x. Because
Yeah.
when I do the 10 to 15,
Things
I
get
always
hairy.
Get stopped out because I'm greedy.
Well,
Yeah.
and, like leverage trading was awful right as the ETFs got approved. Like you had Grayscale dumping 20,000 and then, BlackRock and Fidelity buying 20,000. The swings were absolutely disgusting. And even recently we showed, when I was warning just about the volatility of the markets, it gave that Darth Maul candle, liquidated both sides of it. And I feel like at large, what we've experienced over the last week with that jackknife and liquidating shorts and longs is larger money players shaking off this, getting into that liquidity of these over leveraged trades before the next move up. I do feel like we're going to be punching up, but I may be wrong. But I got to stick with some side. And for right now, I'm feeling bullish. Really, what I'm watching out for on the pullback side is after the halving. Kind of my overall thoughts is that we're going to punch up near the all-time high and then just kind of correct a little bit down right around the 50 area. That's at large what I think is happening if I'm looking at Heikinashi candles and forest to the trees. But I mean, this is kind of interesting on that from Bitcoin Munger. Many continue to say this time is not different. Empirically, the drawdowns so far in the cycle have been far more muted than relative to past cycles. It indeed does look different this time so far. And this is something important to note. The downside of correction is a lot less steep than, this was not that bad of a situation, but quite a bit more of it. But the pain and the downside trends seem to be lessening. We do have more money involved with the markets right now, so you got to keep that in mind when you're thinking about what to expect on
more big players,
these
ETFs,
longer term holders in those ETFs.
Everybody
too,
is not buying Bitcoin today to sell it in a week.
Exactly.
They're selling it or they're holding it for years.
Yeah, I mean, BlackRock's not trying to pay the bills next month with their entry point. So, what you got, Hannah? You're about to hit me or something.
I was just agreeing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's gonna come at me.
Raising her hand or something
That's just gonna hurt me. Here's from Invest Answers on that $1.3 billion Bitcoin buy. 26,200 Bitcoin at 51K a unit. Very bullish indeed. Perhaps, and this is what you're talking about. I mean, this guy's speculating the same stuff. Maybe it's one of these corporate billionaires, these overlords of cash.
Am I drawing a blank? But what's SWF?
Oh,
No.
What is SWF? That is kind of a weird.
I don't know.
Swift?
Maybe
Swift?
fat
maybe?
fingered the W with a
I bet
the
it's
B.
something,
It was supposed to be a
something
B.
finance.
SBF.
Swift? Taylor Swift?
Yeah, maybe Taylor Swift is gonna buy Bitcoin.
Dude, maybe Taylor Swift is the whale now. Yeah, that's a big Bitcoin purchase. We'll see what that pans out to be.
And it's not an ETF wallet. That's big.
Yeah, it's not one of those huge institutions.
Some Dejan who wanted to own it himself and not have an ETF hold it for him.
Yeah. This plays into what Michael Saylor said, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. All you need is like 8 billionaires to wake up one day, call each other and be like, hey, let's go buy, a couple billion Bitcoin right now. That changes all of the spider lines, all the previous information we have about technical analysis, goes out the window even further than it has gone out the window already with the introduction of Bitcoin ETFs to begin with.
And what you said right there, like a couple billionaires wake up, I feel like that's going to be one of the biggest like catalysts for like parabolic moves. When the over-the-counter people run out of Bitcoin, when exchanges run out of Bitcoin, that's when you're really going to see the price go up thousands of dollars in a day.
Absolutely. I mean, because they realize there's only 21 million of these things. They're worth 51,000 or 60,000 or whatever at a single unit. There are only so many that can be devised between all these millionaires. I can't remember the number of if every millionaire bought one Bitcoin, how many?
There isn't enough.
Well, by far there isn't enough. But
Bitcoin for millionaires.
Right.
Just in America.
Just in America.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing that's people got to keep in context here. Like, we're on the front end of this stuff being accepted by traditional finance and finding this elusive regulatory clarity that we've seen clamored for years on YouTube from crypto influencers. They always talk about the regulatory clarity is the path. It is a much more confusing path than we would have thought of originally. You compare it to the gold ETF. Gold ETF did have a little bit of a hiccup before it did what it did from 2004 to now. But what we saw was Grayscale Holdings. It was an immense amount of Bitcoin held in Grayscale Holdings that had to transfer out. And I am under the impression, and what I've seen is that those funds are moving into spot ETFs now. So just a little bit of changing of the guard. Forgot to shout out the chat. My God. Faden Tradfi, Sin Diesel, what up? Nicole Minis Tater. Having a lot of fun with MAGA token. I see you, Nicole, and good on you. Bobby hit me up this morning. There's a lot of wonderful chaos to be had right now. Though I would be cautionary about holding those beyond the election cycle. Once the election cycle is complete, I think these political plays on the meme token realm could probably come to an end. So you got to keep that in mind. We trade them, we don't date them. What up in the Rumble chat? We got Two Bros Mining down there. Username formerly known as GB. What is up? What is up? So here's Tom Emmer, just shooting back against the Bitcoin mining narrative, saying it's bad for the environment and public safety. Basically just, talking about the OMB's abuse and its emergency powers to attack Bitcoin miners with the demands of all their energy usage and over-reporting requirements, demands an explanation. And there he is right now. We're one of hopefully many more, elected leaders in the Senate and in Congress that will call out the obvious lies, because it's harder to hide behind these lies as the velocity of information increases. What you got, Taco?
This is a perfect segue to those emails that were pretty much discovered from
Okay, we're
Satoshi
going there.
Nakamoto.
Hold on. Where'd you drop those? Are they in the team?
The Slack blockchain basement.
You
Slack.
did? Okay, let me go in here.
Yes, I don't know if you guys saw this, but some Satoshi Nakamoto emails were recovered, and they're pretty interesting. It's like almost like the Rosetta Stone of crypto. It's like
Wait, how did
the
they find
original monoglyph writing. It's
Yeah, I found it
talking
here.
about the original designs and like what they're doing with the website of Bitcoin, but he's bringing up energy consumption of the Bitcoin network. And what was that, Tom Emmer?
Yeah,
Saying
Tom
that
Emmer.
it's bad for the environment. The current financial system is 1,000 times worse than the
Yeah.
Bitcoin mining ecosystem.
It really is. I crunched the numbers on it once, and it's an exponential result that you
Exactly.
get. So, many zeros in front of that difference in how much energy traditional fiat uses compared to Bitcoin. It's not even comparable. Here's the post you're talking about. It was Marty Malmi, it looks like, from SurgeForce talking to Satoshi Nakamoto, February 5th, 2009. Old school stuff. It's from Rizzo, Satoshi Nakamoto's earliest collaborator. Just released the entire email history. Satoshi sounds pretty based in this. I was reading through it.
He
He's
sounds like one of us.
yeah, he was,
Trying to create something that everyone can benefit from. He wanted to give it out for free at first. He also wanted to say that it's not anonymous, so it's not dubbed as like shady. He kind of left it up to the people that were going to use Bitcoin to determine what it actually is and what it can do and how it can operate. So it's like, I highly recommend reading through all of these.
Yeah, this is the original talk where they're, Satoshi believed mining would be less energy intensive than the legacy banking system. So by far his new best quote. Read into this. Ironic if we end up having to choose between economic liberty and conservation. Unfortunately, the proof of work is the only solution I've found to make person-to-person e-cash work. And that's what he's calling it, e-cash at the time, right? Before the whole naming.
Yeah, really quick. He goes into, he didn't even dub the word cryptocurrency. He got it from someone else. But yeah, keep going.
It's insane. Work without a trusted third party, even if I wasn't using it secondarily as a way to allocate the initial distribution of the currency. Proof of work is a fundamental to coordinating the network and preventing double spending. If it did grow to consume significant energy, I think it would be still less wasteful than the labor and resource intensive conventional banking activity it would replace. And that is just such a no-brainer. If you really think about it, you have employees, you have lodging, you have transportation for the employees, you have transportation for the physical goods, you have energy usage for the locations that house those physical goods. Like, there's so much down the line you can think of when it comes to how much energy this truly utilizes. The cost would be an order of magnitude less than the billions in banking fees that pay for all the brick and mortar buildings, skyscrapers, junk mail, and credit card offers Satoshi.
And this was back in 2009.
Yeah, I mean, they
before it even existed.
Very visionary, to see all this coming and to see like because the .com era, that was the thing, but really to see it and imagine a system where we're transferring value on this system. That takes a lot of kind of introspective thought on understanding how the system can actually change at large. Like
and
that.
wanting to do a peer-to-peer and cut out a third party.
Exactly.
Like, why use a third party when we can do this? Me to you. Everything is all it's a ledger, time stamped. Everything is accounted for. No double spending. It's perfect.
And double spending is something that major corporations fear very heavily. You know what I mean? If you're able to gamify the printing, unless you're the U.S. government, of course, then you can just print as much money as you want. Nayib Bukele has a good comment on that we'll get to in a second. But Uniswap is also printing money this morning, up 47% on the day, sitting just under $11. And we did have this note on it from Ignas, Uni turning the fee switch on, a big milestone. Uniswap must have weighed in the legal risks of Uni being considered a security by doing this. Definitely something to keep in mind. They're leaning into some serious danger here. Now other DeFi protocols will have to turn on revenue sharing for their token holders, and that's just from the need to stay competitive. Token for just governments won't cut it anymore. So very, very interesting thing to see. And you see all the different dexes absolutely ripping up. This has been one of TJ's most focused on sections within crypto to pay attention to as we head into the next bull market. these decentralized exchange and swap systems, they are going to be a big thing in the I mean, they already are, they're starting to boil over, but I think the less that people trust centralized exchanges, I think that's just me in my freedom hope way.
I think it's like the starting point for all of this, being able to trade coin A to coin B
without a middleman,
right, on the internet.
Yeah, that's
using my decentralized
that's
wallet.
So much to ask for.
Yeah, right.
That's all we want.
Exactly.
That's all we want.
And low fees.
And it's dangerous to legacy fees. It's dangerous though. If you think about it, you're a real estate agent and you're watching tokenization of real estate happen.
You know what I saw
what
the other
happens
day?
To me?
They're actually constructing these hotels with that in mind by tokenizing the rooms already.
Yeah.
With that in mind before they even build it.
It's happening.
Okay, I saw recently just on the like deep in narrative, like being able to split assets that way, like a hotel. There's a lot of companies that are targeting the people that don't actually put their card down at a hotel. The only data that they're able to collect right now is like the person that actually pays for the rooms, but they don't know who actually stays in the rooms. So it's so true. It's a way for them to collect the data from everybody that visits the hotel, everybody that stays in the room. Everybody has to pay their share, and they also get everybody's data, which they want. It's like, it just makes sense. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's coming, man. It's coming. And I've been wrestling with this basically all night. Okay. I am torn between Donald Trump and RFK Jr. or who I'm going to vote for. Hopeful that RFK makes it to the end line there. I have been voting Trump the last few cycles. One thing that really kind of bothered me about Trump last time he talked about Bitcoin was just his, kind of dismissiveness to it. And he just wanted the control within the US dollar to remain, in my opinion. But this came out earlier today. We're going to have a listen. I'm going to just soak in my thoughts here. I am an open mind, taking in two different candidates' perspectives, and this might be a little feather in his hat. So let's have a listen.
The next logical step for you to embrace Bitcoin, because Bitcoin obviously is decentralized. The government can't get its hands on it. What about Bitcoin with all the young people, including African Americans, who are very interested in it?
Well, a lot of people are doing it. I always liked one currency. I call it a currency. I like the dollar. But a lot of people are doing it. And frankly, it's taken a life of its own. You probably have to do some regulation, as you know. But many people are embracing it. And more I'm seeing people wanting to pay Bitcoin. And you're seeing something that's interesting. So I can live with it one way or the other. And
hold on.
Bitcoin. And you're seeing something that's interesting. So I can live with it one way or the other. I've always liked one really powerful thing, and that's called the dollar.
The dollar.
He's edging us. So he's close to warming up to it. It is nice to see.
He gets it. He just doesn't want to openly say it.
He knows it's a powerful adversary to the US dollar is what it is.
I saw RFK speak at the Bitcoin conference, and it gave me chills. Like he gets
bullish.
it. And
he
openly states that he gets it.
Yeah, and I like that about
but
him.
Also,
man.
I definitely don't think he's gonna, as much as I would love for him to be our president, I do not think he's gonna be allowed to enter that stage.
It's like we can't have nice things. I've followed him for like 15 years when he was going after the medical industrial complex, and long before all this stuff kicked up. Now he's starting to. One thing interesting to note about RFK Jr. is that he is reigniting the third party potential within the country, which is relieving to see for me. Maybe a few years down the line, we can have that substantial libertarian vote potentially. I mean, what are your thoughts on this, Manawak? Am I too dreamy that Trump's going to open up to Bitcoin particularly? Like, what are your thoughts on this? I can see you looking at me.
Well, it's one of those things. I mean, I have my thoughts on a lot of different things, but I wanted to reach out to the chat. We missed somebody gifted a blockchain zero no toe, I think. So we missed it a second ago, so I wanted to shout out zero no toe.
It was $0
blockchain basement.
$0 Giro. He's always hooking
that what
people
it was?
up.
I knew it was zero something.
He's hooked up so many people, dude. You are absolutely awesome. What an absolute G. I do hope that as the calls from like Tom Emmer and people like that in Congress that are calling this out, kind of the arbitrage that they've done on talking points to Bitcoin while the rest of the world embraces it and fixes their systems with it. I hope that he continues to open up about it. I'm staying open to my opinion about who I'm actually going to vote for when it finally comes down to it. It's just so tough because like the RFK, the third party thing, it feels almost like a waste. I wish Trump would just use RFK as a VP.
Yeah.
I'd like that would be the perfect situation for him.
Third party, you're wasting your vote.
Dude, it's felt like that for a long time.
And I think if Ramaswamy comes under with Trump, I mean, that's the Bitcoin guy there.
Ramaswamy's also
with
very
that
good.
Group.
Yeah.
We're
I like
good to
how
go.
angry about CBDCs Ramaswamy is. You know what I
yeah.
mean? He is pissed. And I want other people to be pissed about this before it comes and ruins your life. Don't wait till it ruins your life to get upset about it. Be upset that they even have the audacity to bring these ideas as a potential to you. This is a free country we live in. And we should not stand for expiration dates on our cash and the inability to save. That's how they keep you in the rat wheel and keep you running around in circles your whole life. So just interesting things to keep in mind, guys. What, Eric?
I was going to say, if Vivek and RFK ran together, they would seriously stir the pot.
They would. That'd be an
but
explosive
also it
crew.
would, yeah. I don't know which side it would make, but I think, yeah. I agree with you that a third party vote, unfortunately, is wasting your vote.
Way,
and I don't know if
is.
Because you lived here last cycle, where we live in Cobb County or whatever, is one of the most important, valuable votes in the country.
Really?
Yeah. The last election came down to literally they were on CNN and Fox, Cobb County. So your vote right here is very important. So
the problem we have in Cobb County, I hate to say it, but there's too many liberals that keep moving in here. We have a law in the book since the 70s that every household needs a gun to protect themselves.
Literally, that is a fact.
But then the people moving here, they don't believe in guns.
Yeah, that's pretty bothersome.
Can we highlight that for like just a second?
That is the law in Kennesaw.
It's so interesting. I didn't know until I moved here for school. My mom told me that it's a law here that every homeowner has to own a pew pew.
Have you seen there's a new YouTuber that's like kind of blowing up that made a video about it.
Yeah,
but it's pretty good. Yeah, he came here and he went to like the police station. He was like, "I don't have a gun. You can arrest me."
Oh my God,
it was pretty funny. But he's the guy he's like the new investigative journalist guy. He goes to like everywhere. Like he went to Maui. He went to everywhere. So.
Well, I mean, obviously I'm going to vote. I am still extra salty about that company Dominion and the people that are still in place there. And all of the things that company was found to be doing last cycle. I can't go into detail or I will be banned. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to be putting my vote out there. It's a tough decision right now. I really don't think the Dems have a chance in hell. They have a really aggressive opposition, which is why they might pull the plug on the election at large. So watch out for that. What we got here.
Before you move on, I want to kind of go back to Trump and him talking about the dollar and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I feel like it just fits into his narrative that he's always going to be behind the strongest, biggest, bigly thing, which is the dollar.
Huge. It is huge.
And not to mention, though, he has Ethereum NFTs. He has Bitcoin NFTs.
Yeah.
So he knows about the technology.
He even has Trump coin. He has MAGA coin.
And he has a coin.
Yeah, he has a meme coin.
That's mooning. So he has like no reason to not like crypto because he's made millions with it. Mm-hmm. And the stance he took, I thought was perfect.
Yeah.
Because, the dollar in his eyes has to remain the top thing in the world. Mm-hmm. And if Bitcoin is going to be kind of dubbed as a store of value, I think they work perfect together. And if Trump is going to be president, that was the perfect thing for him to say.
Yeah. I think, and then also, apparently the more Bitcoin you own, the better and more handsome you look over time. Nayib Bukele, did you see him come out with his CPAC speech?
No.
Let's have a listen to this. This is pretty good. Iran, you've seen this. We're sending this.
Someone could ask, well, so if the government can print the limited amounts of money out of thin air, why did they collect taxes?
He's trolling us so hard right now,
but it's in the best way possible. Look at that smug look on his face. You stupid bastards. I'm going to own you in 50 years. El Salvador, quick mover on Bitcoin. Kind of intriguing to think about potentially relocating there. Their crime has gone down heavily.
98% or something.
Yeah, it used to be one of the most dangerous places on the planet. Now it's ranked as one of the safest.
They locked up all of their criminals.
They locked up all their criminals. I'm very bullish on that.
Or anyone. I don't know how just it was, but they were like, "You look like a criminal. Get in there." And then now, amazing. Their country has no crime.
Close enough.
I don't think they were just grabbing any threatening-looking people off the streets, Iran.
Well, no, I think it was. So they had a serious gang problem, and if you had any, obviously, if you have a gang tattoo, you probably
listen. Fuck around and find out. You know, that's the lesson to that story, right? U.S. went to the moon yesterday for the first time since 1972. The Odysseus spacecraft landed. Johnny, extra excited about this, gave us a little bit more context. Let's see what we got here. An unmanned, so it was not a manned craft, robotic lunar lander launched by a private U.S. company landed on the moon Thursday evening. As it approached the surface of the moon, the Odysseus lost contact with NASA, resulting in several anxious minutes for those who worked on the joint project. But approximately 15 minutes of searching, officials confirmed that they were once again receiving signals from the spacecraft. While it was a private mission, NASA paid Intuitive Machines $118 million to deliver 6 instruments to the moon, and the U.S. Space Agency provided streaming of the video of the landing. Let's see what else we got here. CTO Tim Crane warned that the final moments of Odysseus descent may be the most suspenseful, and there would be likely a 15-second delay, yada, yada, yada. They're actually preparing to, it looks like, go back to the moon with people.
That's funny, though. Our government kind of quit funding exploration in the space, but now a private company's doing it. They're like, hey, while you're there, could you drop these off for me for a cool $118 million? I mean,
that's the private sector lifting up the public sector. I mean,
I agree.
You know,
it can be definitely done more economically in the public sector to a point, for sure.
Yeah, I think that they're planning on actually taking some astronauts back to the moon. It'd be nice to see, you know, we see all this talk about going to Mars and building colonies on Mars, but yet still male pattern baldness is not solved here on Earth. We still have homeless people here on Earth. Yeah, we have all these fantastic ideas to build civilizations on Mars.
There's a whole conspiracy that the 1972 or whatever landing is not real either. So
I've heard those.
My thing is like, if you can go to the moon that far ago, why haven't we not been back since?
The craziest theory I heard is that the moon was hollow, and that it was a structure. That it was
They took a new picture of it recently, like a few days ago. Some guy with like it's the highest resolution picture ever put together, and it's rusting.
It's rusting.
Which means
I was saying that
there might be water there because rust needs water and oxygen to rust, and but just hematite on the moon
first time.
They're saying
the moon is rusting, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so there's water on the moon. So
this is just like a week ago.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, there's questions to be asked.
There's a picture of the moon is like turning red.
Really?
Part
might have a red moon.
Oh my
Here's
God,
a few cool things about the moon. Do you know like the shadows that you see, like the dark spots on the moon?
Yeah.
That's a reflection of our continents.
Really?
Yeah, you can see like United States.
I'm gonna need to fact check
Australia, Africa.
Dark side of the
Man, I
moon,
need some of that you're smoking.
And-
That's a big claim.
I swear to God. You see bring up a picture of the moon.
Google it.
Or just look at it at night when it's a full moon. You see like the shadowed parts. That's a reflection of our Earth.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't believe you because I don't know either way, but I'm excited if that is true because that would be kind of
something that you're staring at your whole life that you didn't know.
Ball, and he's a smart man.
No, man, I need to go golfing again. I need to go golfing again. I was super jealous of you guys going out there golfing.
Any day you want to go, come on.
And I want to go hunting again. You know, there's so many things.
Whenever y'all do paintballing again, I got to get my paintball stuff out of the attic. I haven't did paintballing in years.
We need to go.
But I'm ready.
We need to go. It's actually soon. I got my stuff out already. We were gonna go, and then the place was like a few hours away, and I had a short window of opportunity.
We just need to find somebody that's got woods.
I got a little bit of woods.
Well, I mean, like not where I can see you in the other side.
I got like an acre or two of woods that we could use, you know.
But that's where you go and you just hang out with your friends. You got a stake on, a flag on one side and a flag on the other, and you got two teams.
Yeah, we're going to get after it, man.
That's fun.
Yeah, me and
the
TJ
one we went
used to
to
go.
last time was fun.
I know you were there too.
It was very fun. They have like a castle, and one team in the castle and one outside. And you have to like break in.
Initiation back in the day. You had to stand with your back turned about 15 feet away and get shot in the back by everybody that was playing.
Well, it's
that was
reasonable.
The initiation to get in.
That's reasonable because then you know what's coming. You know what I mean? Have you guys seen these?
Is agreeing with me, by the way.
Chat is agreeing you?
True,
so
it's true. There's a YouTube video dedicated to it.
This is incredible.
You guys.
This is incredible.
Chat to verify. I wouldn't even look.
You just dropped some moon.
They needed to verify. I knew.
Well, yeah, I didn't know. I'll openly admit when I don't know it. I also, something that kind of caught me off guard. This is a little, next subject stuff, but I was walking through the mall and I see this really posh store for Rivian. These Rivian vehicles. Have you seen those things?
Yeah.
Have you seen those on?
I haven't seen the store, but I like the Rivians.
Yeah, you like the Rivian?
They make a cool truck.
I like them for as much as I can like an electric car. They're pretty cool.
120 grand for a truck.
Here it is, the Rivian electric. It's basically an SUV.
Ford now,
It's trying to copy the Ford Bronco a little bit. But this was interesting to see. They are not doing so well. Closes at an all-time low, suffering the biggest one-day collapse in the company's stock history. And this is just...
That looks like a buy to me.
You think it's a buy?
I think they're Tesla's #1 competitor for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
So that might be an opportunity zone. If you think, I see, I think it was Mercedes-Benz is canceling their electric vehicle.
But also, I'm not confident that they will be a successful company.
Well,
so
they are building like a couple $2 billion plant here in west of here.
Look at $0 G, more memberships. What an awesome person. And I agree. The car looks ugly. The chart looks ugly. Is this an opportunity? I'm bearish on lithium anyways, so I'll never go into this. I hate
uglies
lithium.
make a beauty.
What?
I mean, look at us.
Make a beauty? I mean, the car, are you talking about the Rivian, how it looks?
And the chart.
Well, I mean,
Two
the
negatives
chart,
make a positive.
Their SUV looks a lot
make a
better
positive.
than their truck.
The SUV looks good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about
They're
these
the
things.
same car, though.
They look basically the same. It looks like someone just took a sawzall to the back
It's
of
funny,
the...
though. Every parking lot I go to where there's EV charging, you see all the Tesla guys sitting there playing on their phone, charging their car because they can't go nowhere.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just like...
I worked at the power plant and they would sit outside freezing in the snow in these electric vehicles for hours on end, sitting there like, bundled up, like playing their phone. They're freezing. They're sitting there charging their car.
Exactly.
It's a very awkward situation. Beyond that, we could go into infrastructure problems that we will have if we try to institute charging stations across the country. It's not there yet. I do think the future is technological.
I'll give it to them, though. That is 100 times better off-roading than the Tesla truck.
The Tesla off-roading
Tesla truck is like...
The chute, I don't know what it's called, the one that you see in like Moab or Utah or something where everybody goes up the chute. That one did it stock. And it
did it really?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Okay. Maybe I should be more open-minded.
But yeah, it will drive you like 100 miles and then
that's
you'll
not
be
that
dead
far.
And you'll be using a generator in the back of your truck to charge it. So
that's like, yeah, the range matters too.
It's 400 if you're not towing anything. But yeah, I am bearish on electric cars.
A lot of people are bearish on Nvidia too before the earnings call. Now the dust has settled and it added $277 billion in market value, the largest singular day gain for any stock in history on the U.S. Wall Street. So absolutely disgusting. A lot of people trying to bet against what's coming, how the markets at large are moving, and this is just more testament to the companies and the countries that control the production of GPUs and all the data infrastructure that's being built out for AI and crypto are going to be the winners. It's just a new type of technological renaissance that we're going through right now. People will eventually wake up, but with all things that go up, it will come down at some point, but really taken over as of recently. And this is where I was really feeling, I think it was Aether is using a very, very powerful GPU, going to compete with Render. So that's why I was liking the Aether protocol. Token's not out yet, but I am watching out for that. This is pretty cool. The owner of this house in China refused to move for development, so the road was built around it. These apparently, they have a name for them, nail houses. Look at this guy and how he held out.
His shack is worth $12 billion.
They don't have eminent domain in China. I've always thought that's kind of messed up in America. So they don't have in America. They could just be like, we're taking that now.
Yeah, I know.
His property value went up big time though, being right there.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at a pretty penny if you ever sell that, but. Metaphorically,
at that point, though, why are you staying?
I know that's a little awkward, right? You have the whole world happening around you, people throwing trash on you.
You're gonna get robbed.
You're gonna get robbed.
I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big city too. It's like it's bustling all night. Grandma's in there trying to sleep.
Totally, man.
It's probably some old man with hearing loss, and he's just in there.
He
doesn't care
all day. Don't care.
Does not care.
Turn off the hearing aids. I'm good.
Like if you hold on to a whole Bitcoin like 50 years from now, that's what it'll feel like. Metaphorically, just all the rest of the Bitcoin's been used.
Did you say 50 years?
50 years.
I'll be 100 years old, dude.
You'll be 100. Well,
I'll be 101. I'll be 51 this year.
Are you downloading your consciousness onto the blockchain, or are you going to die organically? That's a hard question to ask.
Do you want your?
That's a hard question.
I'm just going to live life.
Yeah.
Die like you're supposed to.
I know. That's my opinion. Me and Johnny have this argument basically every single morning where he's asking me if I've finally given in, and when I die, I will put my head on a mech warrior and walk around on, the data cloud until it's out.
I mean, you speak about God from time to time, and I mean, I go to church and I believe in a higher power and God, and it's like you were born, you live, you die.
I'm trusting the process.
I almost think like you live on through future generations.
Yeah,
that's how
absolutely. The legacy.
Spiritual.
Yeah.
It's
I'm going to tell you, we got
energy.
overpopulation now. If everybody's doing what you're talking about, we definitely going to be overpopulated.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about it. And also, those people that do that, they're, in my opinion, going to search for a way to die at a point. Like immortality, I don't think is useful. If we always had tomorrow, then why work today? Yeah. And
it's the saddest and hardest, but also the most beautiful part of life.
Yeah,
is death.
The finite value of it, and that's Bitcoin, right? It's finite. Our time is finite as well. That's what makes each day so very valuable. So, this is interesting stuff to think about. I don't know how I ended up talking about mech warriors and putting my head on one, but that's just the conversations that me and Johnny have in the morning. So, Taco, you gave me this Galaxy website. It's GALXE.com.
All right, so this is for all you degens out there that want a nice place to go to make it easier to farm these airdrops.
Yeah.
Pretty much, they got a bunch of chains. You could click on the chain that you're trying to farm an airdrop on. They have these campaigns. Different projects can introduce a new campaign to the network. And then you pretty much just go through and you do what it asks you to do.
There's a lot of stuff on here, too.
It makes it a lot easier to find airdrops. I have another one like this. Have you done Interact?
Interact?
No, I have
this
not.
And Interact are both like the two airdrop things. So you go on there and
how
you
do you spell
link your
Interact?
account.
I want to look at it.
INTRACT.
Okay. Let's go. Intract.io.
I need to quit my day job and just be one of y'all.
So I've done a lot.
Like that 14-year-old who made like
$1
million farming Jupiter airdrop.
Oh my
God. This one and the one you said are very good.
And it kind of just helps organize things and give you all the parameters for how to qualify in. So that's, a definite use case. I know LL Radio Control was trying to get it on Starknet, I think, and got burned on that. I've been in a couple things I try to get that didn't work out.
The sketchiness that happened with Starknet?
Yeah, they moved the goalpost, I felt like.
So what they did was they stealth launched their token like 2 years ago as their token Genesis event. Like that's considered the start of the project. And now that everyone is able to claim it, I think in maybe a few weeks or in like a month, all of the people that were in the project, like the early investors, advisors, all those people are now able to dump their tokens because their vesting period is done.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, hey, everybody, here's your airdrop. Oh, but this token is 2 years old, so all the people that got in like 2 years ago can now dump their tokens.
Oh my God, that is brutal.
Yeah, it wasn't very nice of them.
Yeah, that really sucks.
And this is something that I wish would change in Web3. The criteria for these airdrops seems to always be a mystery.
Yeah.
And this one specifically, people had tens of thousands of volume on their network, but you had to have 0.005 ETH in your wallet.
Oh my God.
So imagine you do like all this crap over like months and months, you rack up thousands of dollars of volume, and then you're like, all right, I'm good on that chain. I'm going to move my ETH over here so I can use it over here. But no, you had to have 0.005 in that wallet for you to qualify.
Oh
yeah, that's annoying. I'm about to add more ETH to this wallet just so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, it just sounds like a moving goalpost and very elusive. So I'm glad you're bringing up these websites because it looks like, the Interact actually is kind of organized the same way.
Yeah,
as
they're pretty
a galaxy, and it just it's nice. Look, you have the 3 tasks that you need to do. It makes it very simple. I just clicked on one,
and then I'm sure they'll have their
right
own
here.
token too eventually, because you get like
their points, right?
Yeah, you get their points too.
Oh, really?
So it's like a win-win-win.
Okay.
You're interacting with this platform, you're interacting with the platform that you're trying to get the airdrop on, and you're learning how to use these blockchains all in the same bubble.
I gotta check out Bonk.
I gotta check out Bonk.
$0 Giro asking about Bonk. Pretty strong meme coin in the past. Let's see where we're sitting at here. Let's get the forest through the trees.
Yeah, that was the
doesn't
guy
look
that
bad.
gifted the blockchain.
Yeah,
basement
he's a
thing
G.
earlier.
He's a G. He's always hooking
I have
people up
faith
in
in
the chat.
Bonk coming back.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I got a bag of it. I mean,
think it'll come back.
That's
it's
not
down
bad
a
at
little
all.
bit, but I mean, if we're not even in the top, I mean, nowhere close to where things start just blowing up. So,
Yeah. And look at this. I like this.
worst case scenario,
Where
I'm
it
out
crashed
500
down
bucks.
to, it basically touched like 3 times, maybe 4 if you count that one as well. Don't be surprised if it comes back down in this range. As long as it continues these higher lows and is holding this, I mean, it's a meme coin. Okay. This thing is going to be gut wrenching volatility, but as long as it can gather some support and holders that remain at this level right now, I mean, you're not really looking too scary or dangerous on that. Nothing like Hex chart. I think Hex is dead. So,
Well,
there's
just
that.
Hex, but literally go back to the original meme coin, Doge. I mean,
Oh, yeah, that's good.
for
It'll run
years,
into
it
it.
never cleared a penny. I had a friend of mine last cycle ask me about it in January. I think it was 2020 or 2021. And I looked and it was like 0.006 cent.
At
I
large?
said, man, I wouldn't throw more than a couple $100 at it. But then it hit 75 cents. I'm like, dude, I could have made like $100 grand on a couple $100.
Yeah, this thing is kind of if you back it on the all time, this kind of looks similar to Bonk.
I got a small bag of Doge just
do you
for
have
that
one?
reason, just in case.
I
Just in
think the
case.
little meme coin action we've seen this cycle already is that was not the actual meme
it's
coin.
nothing.
No.
It's
It's
That was
cash
not.
flow.
There will be like 2 to 3 more times
I got
of that
Bonk,
mania,
I got
and they'll get
Pepe, I
bigger.
got Doge, I got a little Shib, and what's the other one? There's
Mod.
something else I got, but
I like
got like a
Lyft.
few $100 of each of them.
I don't have it anymore.
Mod
Just in
has
case.
a mod.
Bitcoin?
I mean,
Oh, dude, should
Yeah,
we
you guys
look
keep
at
talking
Bitcoin?
about
Oh
it.
my
What is
God. Hold
Harry
on.
Potter,
Where?
Obama
Yes.
Sonic 10 in you?
Hold
now,
on.
yeah, that's
This
way
Hold
out
on.
there.
Hold on.
I
This
don't even know how to get to those.
okay.
Where to
This
buy 'em.
well, it's on Uniswap.
I hate Uniswap.
What?
The fees suck.
Well, yeah, they do suck.
Then
They
just
do
use
suck.
1 inch.
Look at this.
Well, yeah, they didn't have 1 inch last cycle. Last
Harry
cycle, there were
Po-
some meme coins or just shit coins I was buying. I was paying like $200 or $300 to buy them.
Yeah,
To
that's
buy
ETH.
$500 worth.
Dude,
They're on ETH, yep.
I like this chart. Honestly, I mean, this is chaos. And
Do
stuff.
you know what's a crazy prediction? And I don't even really want to bring it up, but if a certain somebody loses, the other person is a advocate for this project. So that may be what caused it to pump.
I mean,
The
either
founder
way.
of this project is about to fight, and it's gonna be fucking hilarious. Dana White was there like yesterday, and Logan Paul's co-host was there, and that is just the funniest thing ever. I'm trying to buy something.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
Should I just YOLO into this? I guess maybe just a little bit, maybe like
$100.
a couple $100. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
That
touch.
does 1,000x. You
That's
made
not bad.
$100,000.
That's not bad.
Well, you made $90,000.
Well, and like, Trump coin, when it was like $4 million market cap, my buddy Bobby got like $60 worth or something like that. And it's now in the thousands.
You talking
Yeah,
about Bobby that
just-
used to work here?
Yeah. I mean, he's
Okay.
he's actually part of the Panama. He's still with us on video production.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think the whole team head into Panama next week. Next week is going to be crazy as far as schedule. We'll be holding it down. I believe DZ is staying behind with me as well. We'll be holding down the fort here in the live stream studios, but going to be crazy. Those guys are going to be out there. This, very bullish. I came across this, have no idea where this is, but this is incredible. Ballet, absolute tactical movements here. Look at the spin move. Like she could
take out a whole room of
I
people.
am concerned.
She's been playing zombies.
You know what the funniest thing is hackers in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Hackers in Call of Duty just spin around like crazy, shooting people and just
But
like
yeah,
aimbotting everybody.
If she had a
They learned it
if
from
she had
her.
a 100-round drum mag, a fully automatic, she could take out like 60 people, one shot. Just one spin. They're
Look at
done.
one man army.
Look at the footwork. footwork, man, just incredible.
Tommy gun ballet.
Yeah, this is really nice to see people learning how
Definitely do not piss her off.
Yeah, right.
She'll dance while she's killing you.
Here's something else, Eigenlayer, you guys. This is brewing on the underside.
Ooh, I'm so bullish on Eigenlayer.
You're bullish on Eigenlayer?
Yeah, I've got points out the wazoo for this
Hey,
thing.
there you go. Euron, are you in on Eigenlayer?
No, it's the
too?
one. I didn't have any. You have to stake ETH for it.
Yeah.
I sold all my ETH, so.
Did you really?
I don't have any ETH to
One
deal
does
with.
not sell
I
all
get
their
ya.
ETH.
You know, and
Yeah,
I'm here to just
buy
call the
more
bullish
ETH.
ones. I usually am too busy digging holes and
I'll
taking
loan
care
you
of the
some
family.
ETH if you'll
so.
do the work. We'll split the profits. I get my ETH back as ETH, not as dollar value.
Yeah.
I think it's easy. Like, don't you just stake your ETH?
You stake and then you can restake and then you can restake that staked ETH if you want. And then if you want, you can take that
Oh my God.
staked ETH and then you can deposit it onto a platform and then you could borrow USD against it and then you could buy ETH with that borrowed USDC.
So it's like the margin fi stuff.
And then you can go back and stake that ETH again and then you can restake that staked.
Oh my God, the hillbilly in me
Yeah,
just
once you do this, you go, oh,
Yeah.
I understand how this is
where
all
you
built
went to do
now.
what, and then you're like, damn it.
Yeah, and then you gotta
Undo it all.
backtrack
Yeah.
in order to get back to ETH.
See, I would lose my money on that.
So I'm doing
Oh
that
my
type of stuff
God.
on Solana, just not
on
ETH,
Solana.
yeah. With
Okay.
margin
Why
fi
are you
and
choosing
Camino.
Solana over?
Just because I had Solana to
okay.
use. I
Fair
didn't
enough.
have any.
Yeah, about the most DGN I'm doing is farming on stacks.
Yeah.
Stacks. On,
Stacks. Are you doing on
Xverse.
Xverse? Yes.
Yeah, on Xverse
Yeah.
wallet, Alex Labs. I'm doing
Yes. The Alex Labs
Stacks
is a
Gus,
sneaky one.
Stacks Gus pair, getting like 250 APY. Get paid in Gus. I'm making like $40 a day on $900.
Okay.
I mean, $40 every 3 days on $900.
That's
And
not a
then
bad
I'm doing
move.
one
I have some
more,
stacks. I might do that.
and I'm doing a Stacks long, and I'm making like 325% APY on it. Of course, the more people that gets in these farms,
The less, yeah.
the less it gets, but still, I mean, and then you're getting paid in those tokens.
That's not. I mean,
And
I understand
that token,
the
when I
reason, the
showed it- I showed it to
bullishness.
Taco a few days ago. My first cycle it went through, because the cycle lasts 3 days. I made like $28, but that $28 now is worth $42 because the value of the token has went up. So
Yeah. Look at this super chat. Steve McCree missed meme coin chat, but Bitcoin on Solana has been awesome. One guy flew from Florida to New York and bought 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. They recreated the Bitcoin moment with Bitcoin on Solana. That's wholesome.
Aw.
That's wholesome. I like that. Yeah, Eigenlayer, that's just a building DeFi play, Alex. Alex and Stacks, those are great ecosystems. And here's something that may or may not be chaos. Hannah, you let me know about this one. I have no idea about this project. Why did you send this to me? Is DFlow Protocol. Effortless trading with a modern liquidity layer. Go into their website. What have you heard about this so far, though?
So this came out last night, so it's like pretty early news. I saw it in a Telegram chat with somebody that's had like good calls in the past.
Okay.
But this is a new farming project, if you will. You have to it's on Solana.
Mhm.
You have to deposit $5. I put like $10 in, but you can generate invite codes and invite people right now and gain XP. And they're in April, they're gonna have like a second season, and then they have like an unannounced season to claim your XP. Though it's an airdrop, like you can farm this and we'll see what it turns into, but $5 minimum, and then yeah, you can just rack up points. And
Interesting.
I have invite codes if anybody wants one.
I like how new it is. I do definitely like how new it is. You should send me the invite code.
I will.
Yes, you should send me the invite code. I feel like right now all these new kind of fancy systems, they might have just little tweaks to how they do things. People think that they're useless right now, but we are in the doldrums of really retail's asleep. Main institutions are focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and those little plays like DFlow, Eigenlayer, basically everything on Arbitrum, I think are going to have a really, really, really heavy upswing in this next bull market. And at large, I feel extremely bullish on the markets. I really don't feel like we have a massive crash back down to the 30s coming. I think that the negative sentiment towards Bitcoin and the major players that the government wants to get, like CZ and Binance, they've all played out those narratives heavily, along with their "it's destroying the environment" conversation, which no one is hearing anymore, and their insiders are working against them on. So, at large, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know about anyone else, but I do. There is something in me that hopes for a really deep altcoin correction. but that's just because I'm greedy. I want good entry points. I want cheaper tokens, just to hold into the next bull market. But not much has changed from my plan right now. Still targeting mid 2025 for the blow off top. Better prepare for 2026 because I do think it'll get very, very ugly from that point on. It was an absolute pleasure having you guys on here today. This was a good show.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.
I want Tia at $2.33 again. That was my first bag of Tia.
Oh my God!
I only bought $250 worth.
Yeah,
but since then I bought a bunch more at
well,
different
it's done
prices
pretty well
on their way up. But.
Yeah, Celestia modular blockchains. That's going to be the whole like Tia and other modular blockchains are going to be a hot narrative. I mean,
I've heard all. What do you think the top up for Tia will be? This? I mean, just throw a number out there because I've heard different ones.
Top out for Tia. Let's see here. Because I'm just gonna
go.
I'm
not even looking at a chart, but I'm thinking.
Well, I look at market cap here.
10x from right now.
Yeah, let's see what a 10x.
Are you staking any of your Tia?
Huh? What's the market cap?
I downloaded
right now?
Kepler. It's $2.7 billion market cap. Fully diluted is at 16.8.
Easy $20 billion.
It does have that. The big unlock comes on Halloween of this year. So it's October 31st. But by then the markets will be pretty damn hot. So I don't think that'll affect the price too terribly bad. Might just dull it out for a minute. But if it's sitting at, God, this is hard because there's so much supply left to come out. 2.7 billion right now. If it is, if we're talking
how much are they releasing? They're not releasing the other 75%.
No.
I mean, that'd probably be spread out over a few years.
Yeah, it is. It's just it's the first beginning, and it is a pretty big unlock. Let's see if it's on token unlocks. Crypto Surge, there's your shout out. What up, dog?
I was in an angel investment on last cycle, and it took 18 months for me to get all of my tokens vested to me.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
5% on token generation, and then 0.25% a day for the next 18 months.
Dirty thing. It's not signed in on here. Son of a. Let's go to CoinGecko. Let's see if CoinGecko's got it. CoinGecko added the tokenomics section to it, which I was pretty appreciative of. This is in bright mode. I'm very apologetic.
Your eyes.
Yeah, this is really awful. Where the hell is dark mode at? This is just the worst day of my life. Unbelievable.
Dark mode.
Yeah, unbelievable. Let's see here. So where's the tokenomics? Let's see. Saving the coins. Info. I don't really give it on here. They took away the tokenomics section.
That's gay.
What the hell? What is going on? Life comes at you quick, man.
They don't want you to know. They want you to run into it blindly.
Well, I know it's a big chunk. It's a
Invest
big
your
chunk.
money. You're my exit liquidity. Thank you.
Hopefully, I'm going to have to chase this down. I'm pretty hot and bothered that they took that info off there. But yeah, Celestia sitting at 2.7 bill right now. I would not be surprised if overall this thing accomplishes $40-50 billion of market cap at the peak of the next bull market. Meanless, I apologize. He got deleted by C90FTW. Sorry, guys.
Meanless
my car died.
Saying ooh woo again.
Yeah, he always does. He works real hard on getting banned. He is Hannah's favorite person. So
I know.
Yeah.
He ooh wooed me a few times. I said, Meanless, I love you, man, but I don't ooh woo.
I love you.
Oh my God. We went over time. We're just degenning out here. I really hope you guys are having a fantastic time in crypto. You're positioned at the right time. It is I get to be bullish until mid 2025. It feels great. It feels great to basically get people in the know before this thing really pops. And then you can expect me to be calling for selling plans right around the second or third month of 2025. I have a pretty hard-sided plan. I think that history is going to rhyme much like it did from the 70s to 80s. And we should take advantage of this momentary pause in low interest rates that will come, in my opinion, at the end of this year and beginning of 25, and then prepare because the national deficit will be addressed when the president-elect is put into power in 2025. So it's going to get spicy. It's going to get weird. We're looking at things from a long-term perspective, but appreciate every single one of you out in the chat. Crypto Surge, Nicole Minus Tater, Fluffy the Sheep, KO Kev, C90FTW, Bob from Accounting, Nick Ho B, Booster 2JZ, Shake and Bake, all the OGs, Eron,
and
Hannah,
Meanless,
Manawak. Oh yeah, Meanless too.
Yeah, because he got
booted.
C90
for a minute.
Booted. Taco, it's always wonderful hearing about your ridiculous financial centipedes that you're putting together. Really nicely done. In the time frame, I just will say right now the time frame that we're in is it's okay. When the market begins to show weakness is when these leverage, these debt on debt, these stake on stake systems, in my opinion, will be a little bit sketchier. For now, I think that looking at them and their early stages is a pretty good position to be. But we will see you on Monday. I'll probably be going live sometime this weekend if something crazy happens. And I appreciate every single one of you in the chat. Peace out.
See y'all.